What's up, you guys? It's Marion Wallace with Restoring Ghettos Forgotten, and excuse any background noise that may be out here. Yes, I'm in my car because I couldn't do it at home. For whatever reason, I couldn't get this done at home. So I'm in my car and I'm gonna shoot this little short video. It's not gonna be long, but I thought it was an important topic that we needed to discuss. And I just wanted to ponder a question in hopes to provoke some type of thoughts. But the question is, what if I told you that your subconscious mind could actually be hurting other people, and including yourself? What if I told you your subconscious thoughts, the way you think, could be hurting other people and even yourself? Now I'm going to read a definition. If you haven't done so already, I'm sorry, I'm already in the video. But if you haven't done so already, please click and subscribe on my YouTube channel for more informative real talk videos. I know I don't put out a lot because my life is just so overwhelmingly busy. But I still want to make my contribution to help people as much as I possibly can. If I can provoke a thought in one person to change their lives, then it's all worth it. I'm doing what God is asking me to do. Okay, so I'll jump right into it. I'm going to read the definition because I don't want to be wrong or off or anything like that. But the definition of subconscious. The subconscious mind is a data bank for everything which is not in your conscious mind. It stores your beliefs, your previous experience, your memories, your skills, everything that you have seen, done. This is important. Everything that you have seen, done, or thought is also there in your subconscious mind. It is also your guidance system. So it's the reason why you make many of the decisions and choices that you make. I thought that was very important for me to bring up. Now I'm going to read the definition of the conscious mind. This is your awareness of your surroundings, your current thoughts and emotions, the physical sensations in your body, whether or not you are hungry, and so on. So that's your conscious mind. So that's what we're always mostly in our conscious mind. We're aware of our surroundings and all those things. Your unconscious mind is any information that is below the threshold of your current awareness. So it's always below the threshold. So I wanted to just bring that up because I think a lot of times we are making decisions and choices based off of our subconscious mind, because consciously, I think a lot of things that we do, we would not do. We wouldn't. It's something that's guiding us in our subconscious mind that sometimes we're not even aware of. And I'm going to use myself as an example. I can remember a time where my subconscious mind almost destroyed my life. I'm going to be real and open with you guys. I think I've shared it before, but I'll share it again, especially for people that may have not heard my story or know my story. By the way, I'm the authoress of Ghettos Forgotten Daughters. It's a testimonial of how I was able to make it out of my darkness. So I'll just share I'll share what happened with me, how my subconscious mind almost destroyed me. Okay, in picking a mate, I figured out, well, it was hard for me to figure out, but I picked this person, and this person was not right for me. This person was abusive, and this person was mean-spirited, and this person was very paranoid. Just a lot of bad traits all balled up into one person. That's who I just had to have. For the life of me, I didn't understand why I could not shake this person. I couldn't. And then I guess after crying myself to sleep so many nights and being abused and just getting a little bit fed up, I started to pray. And I asked God, I was like, Lord God, what's wrong with me? Oh, it's hot. And I'm not going to be long because this phone is probably about to cut off. You know, what's wrong with me? Why do I keep doing this to myself? Why do I keep running back to this person that does nothing but harm me? And I prayed a couple times because he didn't answer the first time I asked him. I prayed some more, and then he revealed to me that the reason why I thought that's the person that I had to be with or I had to have is because that's the type of man I saw growing up in front of me. So I was picking men that was similar to my father. This is important. I need you to get this. Even men I need you to get this. Sometimes you're picking women that's similar to your mother. So, and I should have known it by then, because I had went back so many times. I should have known, okay, you keep going back, not because you really just love this guy, because first of all, I didn't know how to love. I didn't know how to love effectively. I learned how to love the wrong way, so it wasn't true love. So it had to be something deeper than that. And so that's what he revealed to me. And when I found out that, I was like floored. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe, why didn't I know? Why didn't my conscious mind know that? Because it was programmed in my subconscious mind. It was a part of my beliefs. It was a part of what I believed my worth was, because that's what I saw lived out in front of me over and over again. And I'll just share my personal story. My father was abusive to my mother, and he was beating her. And she was loving him, and she was forgiving him, and she was being the doubtful wife, and she was doing all the things God asked her to do, and she was praying for him, and so programmed in my mind, that's what husbands do. That's normal. That's the man that I need. That's what it was. It's mind-boggling, because consciously, there is no way I would have wanted a man like my father. Consciously I wouldn't have, but subconsciously my mind had been programmed. That's the man that you deserve, because that's all you saw. That's all you're worth. Everything, because it has to be, because my beautiful mother, God rest her soul, accepted it, and she forgave, and she prayed. Now, this is a message, ladies. Men don't change. Most men don't change. She prayed, and she stayed, and she got abused and mistreated, and she went through stuff that I know she didn't deserve. And that man never changed. Maybe it's something programmed in his subconscious mind. But don't sit around, ladies, and wait on people to change, because 9 times out of 10, they're not. You're wasting your life. Some men come to steal your time, and time is so valuable. Your time is more valuable than the money you make. So don't let nobody steal your time. Okay, I'll move on. So I wanted to give you guys an example of how your subconscious can ultimately try to destroy your life. But I've always been a prayerful woman, because my grandmother helped rear me, and she always used to tell me, never forget to pray. I don't care what you're going through, how messed up you feel in your life, or what you're doing. Always get on your knees and pray to God. So I was always a prayerful person. So me just praying to God and trying to be connected to him, he was giving me like signs and wonders, and opening my mind to what this person really was and what he was doing. And I tell you, the more I prayed to God, the more God started to change my thought patterns, my subconscious mind, and start to heal me from the inside out. My healing started years ago, and it's a process. And so the more God started to heal me, hallelujah, thank you, Lord God. He started to heal me and purge me of all those thoughts that had been programmed in my mind, that I wasn't worthy and I was nothing and I deserved abuse and all these bad things that was programmed in my mind. He started to purge them out, and I started loving myself. Okay, I'm loving myself. I like myself. Okay, I can do this. But the more I start to heal, God starts separating me from that person. I couldn't spend 30 minutes of my time in the same room with that person after God started to heal and purge me of all the erroneous teachings and thoughts that have been programmed in my conscious mind. This is important. Okay, so that's my example, and I'm a woman. So being the kind of father that I had to really get that. Now I'm going to go to the guys, and I'm not going to take long, because I know it's hot out here and my phone is going to cut off. I'm not a professional, I don't make professional videos, so I haven't gotten this thing yet, and I'm okay with that as long as I get my message out. But now I'm going to go to the men, because you guys struggle with it too. I'm going to flip the script now. What if you grew up in a home where your mother was abusive? She was abusive to you and your brothers and sisters, or she abandoned you, or heaven forbid she molested you, or she did something bad to you. Okay, it stands the same way with men. Subconsciously, you've been programmed in your mind that, guess what? Either that's the type of woman you deserve in your life, or now every woman thereafter, you're going to make her pay for what your mother did. Happens every day. Some men don't like women. I say this all the time. Ladies, if you're wondering why a man is abusing you, he probably don't like you. Nobody's gonna abuse something they love and care about. A man love you and care about you. He takes care of what he loves. Don't let nobody lie to you. Love is not supposed to be abusive or hurtful. And I know I just went back to the ladies, but I couldn't help but to do that. But gentlemen, the same way with women. You know, some men go and attract abusive women. There are some men that are in domestic violence situations too. We don't like to talk about it because we always see men as stronger beings, but there are women that abuse men too. There are men that are in these situations because their mothers were abusive. It's time for us to break free, you guys. So that's one scenario with men, and then there's a whole nother scenario with men not liking women and making other women pay for the fact of how they were treated, because they still have issues with their mother. They still have issues with women, and that's what we have to understand, and we have to get. Because gentlemen, you know, men are more prideful than women. Women realize how fragile we really are and how we need to heal and how we need to be better people, even if it's just for our children. Many of us do. But men are kind of boastful and they got to be puffed up and prideful. They don't need nothing. They don't need nobody. They don't need no therapist. They don't need nothing. So they never heal. And they keep making the same decision over and over again. And so before you know it, they got 10, 15 kids out there with different women. Ain't taking care of none of them. Ain't fathering none of them. And these are all fatherless children. And then the cycle just repeats itself, and it's all a tragedy. It's all so horrible, and so I just wanted to point that out. And it's all because many times they're not, and some of you guys have problems with your fathers too. But there are some cases where men have problems with their mothers and they don't know how to treat women. And every woman that come up after that is going to have to pay for what that mother didn't do or did to them. And she's going to suffer. And then she's going to try to hold you down and love you and do all these things. Before you know it, she's destroyed herself. She's depleted. She has no energy left in her. And she eventually walks away. And what do you guys do? Okay, on with the next. Find another woman. Impregnate her. Go through the same old crap. Because you ain't healed yet, so you can't make no woman a good man. I don't care what you feel like you got going on. Eventually, if a woman start loving herself, she gonna let you go. That's if she love herself. So, again, it's a cycle. And it's all in your subconscious thoughts. We have to heal. You have to forgive your mothers. You have to forgive your fathers. And you have to figure out where in your life that you're your own poison. If you keep making bad decisions or bad choices by picking the same people, who is the common denominator? We are making these choices and these decisions, and we have to realize why we're doing it. And that may take some purging and healing and actually seeking your source, God, my source. I actually seek him, and I don't ever want to walk in darkness. Even if it's something I don't want to see, he's going to show it to me. He's going to reveal it to me. I've always had that gift. I have dreams. I have these things that come to me that shows me like a couple days before something happens. That God has always given me that gift. And a couple of my children have it too. So, you know, but I always never want to be in darkness. And I pray that none of you are in darkness. And I hope that we actually get this thing right one day, because our children are killing themselves. Our children are being raised by social media, by YouTube, by the music, by the movies. All of these things are raising our children. Our children are committing suicide back to back to back, and we don't understand why. The enemy is busy. The enemy doesn't want you with your 50-year-old ass. They want your child. They want your 10-year-old. They want your baby. They want your 20-year-old. They don't want you. They got you because you won't change and you won't heal. They want your children now. What are you going to do about that? What are you going to do? It's never too late. It's never too late to finally realize where you are and how you can change and forgive. You have to forgive to free yourself. You haven't forgive the person if you're still doing the same thing repeatedly over and over again, and it all stems back to that parent that abandoned you or that abused you. We have to forgive these people so it can set us free. And so this is extremely important, and I thought this video was important because I see my people, us, we keep doing the same thing over and over again, and then we're acting like we don't know what's going on. It's us. We have to take accountability for our own actions. And at this point, our children are paying the cost of our no healing behinds, because we want to act like nothing's wrong. We just go get shinier. You know, we get shiny again. We meet new people. But the relationships aren't lasting. They're not meaningful because we're too broken to make a strong, meaningful connection with each other. And that's important. I mean, eventually, I don't care what kind of good man you have, ladies, or I don't care what kind of good woman you have, gentlemen. If you're broken, you're not going to be able to hold on to those people, because if those people have healthy boundaries, a lot of you don't. A lot of you people been in these 20-year marriages, and that man don't do nothing but kick your ass every day. I'm being real. He may not be kicking your ass physically, but he kicking your ass emotionally, verbally, in every other way that he possibly can. He tearing you up, all in the name of what? Forgiveness. Who is that setting free? It ain't setting you free. He doing whatever the hell he want to do. You got to have healthy boundaries. But gentlemen and ladies, if you're with somebody that has healthy boundaries, eventually they're going to have to let you go because you're not healed. You're not healed. And they want freedom. They want peace. They can't have freedom and peace with somebody that's broken. So this is important. We can't fake it till we make it. We need to get this right now, because I think God is calling our people way up here, but we still down here. All in the name of denial. We want to be in denial. We want to act like ain't nothing wrong, but our kids are paying the cost. Again, the enemy doesn't want you. He may already have you, and I'm not judging everybody's situation, because everybody's different. Sometimes he don't want you because he know you sold out. You sold out to God. But don't never think you claim God and Christianity and that it's changed. Let it really change you. Don't walk around here worse than a non-believer. I see so many Christian people out here hoeing and stealing and criming and doing all these horrific things that are in the Bible that we're not supposed to do. And all we do is say, oh, well, I'm not perfect. I think once you build a relationship with God and you love him, you want to please him. God is supposed to come into your life and change you. I mean, really set you free from sin. That means you don't repeatedly sin over and over again. You might sin in another area, but it shouldn't be the same sin over and over and over again. You're taking advantage of God's grace. And that to me is not a good Christian. I'm just saying. I don't think that's a good Christian. I wouldn't want to hurt the most important being in my life. I just wouldn't want to do that. Especially repeatedly. But see, some of us learn Christianity wrong, so we think it's normal. And so guess what? If we treat God like that, he's supposed to be our source. He's supposed to be our everything. Guess what? We're treating everybody else like that too. That's not the way it's supposed to be. And it doesn't take a biblically, a biblical scholar to figure that out. It's just common sense. It's just, being morally right. So I'm done, but I wanted to go ahead and shoot this video because it was something that was on my heart and in my mind, and it's something that I've seen around me lately that's touched me in some way or some shape or some form. Because gentlemen, you guys have a problem with your mothers. You're making women pay for it. You're mean-spirited. You're entitled. You think a woman is supposed to carry you. You think that she's supposed to break her back having 2 and 3 jobs all while you chase your dreams. I don't know who taught you how to be a man. Probably nobody taught you how to be a man. But I'm telling you now, you can change that. You can learn how to be the man that God is calling you to be. But you got to really seek God for yourself. And you got to really hold yourself accountable for some of the bad decisions that you're making. You have to really listen to those children that you have that are telling you, Dad, you failed me. Or Mom, you failed me. You got to listen to these babies, because that's coming from somewhere. Don't be so fluffed up that you can't take correction from your children, because they're paying the cost. And I know a lot of my messages are not received because they're raw, but they're real, and I think we need to hear these things. I remember one time when I was having some trust issues, and it was one of my friend girls, and she said, well, Marion, I think you have a problem. I think you need to go sit down and deal with that. Now, I could have in return turned to her and said, nobody's perfect, and who are you to judge? And I could have took that the wrong way, but I took a step back, and I looked at it, and I thought about it, and then I realized she was right. So I took my butt back to counseling, and I dealt with my trust issues. My trust issues didn't come from a relationship with a romantic relationship. My trust issues came from my childhood, because I had nobody I could rely or trust in as a child to feel safe or protected. That's where they came from. And that's why I stand up for children. Children are my passion. I love children. If I could just work with children and not have to do anything else, that's all I would do. I love them because they can't take care of themselves. They can't protect themselves. We're supposed to do that, and we're failing them. That's what this video is about. Our grown behinds actually growing up and taking accountability so that our children can have a better way, and their children can have a better way, and their children can have a better way. And then maybe finally we could prove that we really do love God and that we really are kingdom building, instead of just being selfish and just injuring everybody. Everybody you touch should not be hurt from you. I would rather just be single. Like if I feel like I can't be fixed, or I don't want to be fixed, I'm not gonna go get in a relationship and hurt no man, or men. You shouldn't get in a relationship and hurt another woman, and then you got nothing but a trail of broken relationships, and all these women hate your damn guts. Do you know how much energy that's gonna be put on you, and then you wonder why you can't get nowhere? I'm talking about women and men. We have to fix ourselves. We have to, you guys. I'm done. But I just wanted to bring that up because that's important. A lot of times I don't do videos until there's something I'm passionate about that I feel like we need to discuss, because we talk about all this other stuff that's so meaningless. But there's some stuff that we really need to deal with, and that's our internal selves. We have to deal with that stuff. We got our children committing suicide. It's something wrong in the homes. Period. We need to deal with that. Okay, I'm done. As you can see, I'm passionate about it. I'm unapologetic about it. This is just how I feel. I think we need to be better role models regardless. Remember to always put God first. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Love yourself and love the people you're connected to. I love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.